Hello everyone, Silverstruck here. Welcome to the Silverstruck channel. A few weeks back, another content creator here on YouTube, Liberty Bleeds Silver, LBS, had issued a challenge to the community, a Show Me Your Sunshine Mining Silver Challenge. And so here we are, a few weeks late from that challenge, but I like to participate in some of these challenges here or there because it's really nice to be able to take inventory and understand where parts of your collection are. I had to do a lot of work to pull all of these into the same spot. So what we're looking at is should be 259 ounces and a half of sunshine mining and a couple minting pieces that I'll get into. So before we start, let's have a look at what a sunshine mining piece is versus a minting piece. I've gone over this many times, so if you're a fan of the channel, my apologies for the redundancy. This is more for the newer viewers here. So we can see a Silver Eagle. We flip it over. So Sunshine Minting. This is one of my only Sunshine Minting pieces. I only have a handful. And so this is what I'm not after. So Sunshine Minting should be the year 2000 to current. And if you want 1999 and older, you then find something that says Sunshine Mining on it. And if you flip these over to the reverse, you can see Sunshine Mining. So this is what I'm after. This is your vintage stuff, or at least your older dated rounds. The newer stuff isn't dated at all. No serial numbers, not very fun to collect. So I'm into the older silver, of course. And out of all of the silver here, there's only one bar I did not stack. It happens to be this big 100-ounce bar right dead center. 1985 dated with a beautiful patina, nice serial number right there. Sunshine Mining bar. That came from my father-in-law's stack, so that resides with me now, but definitely part of the collection. So here we have it. Never shown it on camera. So there we can see a 100-ouncer. The 10-ounce bars, you see, I have 10 of them on the table here. Almost all of them, actually 9 out of 10 dated, and they all have serial numbers. At least the dated versions have serial numbers. And I stacked all of those myself. Through some trades here in the community, or some purchases, I should say, through community members, peer-to-peer, as well as finding them out in the wild. And I'm glad I did. I collected 100 ounces worth, and I haven't found any since locally. So I think the sunshine mining stuff is really kind of caught on, so to speak. This bar right here is the most interesting of the group. This is the undated and unserialized bar. Sunshine mining right there in the box, bottom. Flip it over, it says Sunshine Bullion on the reverse with the eagle. So pretty interesting bar for this to be kind of the one-off bar of the group. The rest of these are dated mostly 1984. I think we have some 85s and an 82 in there. So really fun to go out there and collect, and they fit beautifully in the capsules. They're the same size as the newer Canadian Royal Mint bars. Moving on from the 10-ounce bars, let's talk about 5 ounces. Not as fun to collect, in my opinion, just simply because if we take a look at the bars here, the two examples I do have on the table, though they are Sunshine Mining, there's no dates on either one, and there's just knockouts where serial numbers would go. One in OP. Again, for those of you that are newer here, OP is original packaging. Let's flip these bars over. You can certainly see Sunshine Mining Company. So I will snag these bars when I find them out in the wild. I only have 2 currently. I'd given one away to a friend. So he has that one, but at least have 2 examples in the stack. Then a lot more rare and fun to collect would be the round version. Again, undated, no serial number. 2 or 3 of these I think came from my friend Three Toes. Beautiful examples. This is an example of where I will take something out of OP. He'd sent me a couple in original packaging, but it was hard to see the silver, so I took them out and put them in capsules. So glad I did, because I absolutely love this design that Sunshine has. It's a great design with the eagle and the rising sun in the background. Just love that Sunshine eagle. So moving on from 5 ounces, the bulk of my collection are 1 ounces, whether it's bars or rounds. I'm working on this album here of dated rounds. I'll get into that in a moment. Let's have a look and see all the different types of rounds. These are some spares as I work on my date set. So some of these I'll collect. This one's an 89, so you don't see that date as much. 85, pretty common to be honest. 88, not so much. 90. I see a ton of these out there. Mostly, I see 1991s. That's a nice 1991. Here's one that's not as nice. And super common 84. Sometimes I'll still grab rounds like this. Recently I picked these two up here just because they were in really, really good shape. 84 and 85, just common years for this series. So if you're interested in trying to put a date set together, 82, 83, 84, 85, easy years to find out there, along with your 90 and 91, in my experience anyway. The end of the line, as they say, are these rounds here. And I haven't shared these. Again, I went into a coin shop a few months ago and found these in mint condition, so I had to snag them. These are the last of the dated rounds, the Millennium round, if you will, year 2000. As you can see, they've switched from mining to minting. So these are Sunshine minting, but they're the last of the dated rounds and the only minting rounds that were dated as far as I know. Anyhow, so they're a must-have in the collection. Glad to have them, even though they're a little bit more modern. From the 1 ounce rounds, we get into the one. Actually, there's a couple more 1 ounce rounds I haven't shown, and then we'll get into the 1 ounce bars. This is original packaging here. 91 again. 86. This is my only 86. And an 82. So the series dates from 1979 all the way through 2000. There should be 97s, 98s, 99s. I've never seen one. Can't find them anywhere, even on popular sites like eBay. So I'm not entirely convinced a lot of those exist. I heard they have, but I've never seen some of them myself. But I'm very excited to try to complete this collection. So let's have a look at a few of the 1 ounce bars. Here's some more in OP. This one's an undated variety. Another undated. And this one's dated. Kind of hard to see through the packaging. But anytime I find something like this, these are hard to find. I'll leave these in the OP for sure. So I don't have too many of the bars. The most popular bar they probably created back in the day was this Coors Light bar, which I only have a couple examples of in 1 ounce. But they made 5 and 10 ounce bars. I just haven't gotten around to collecting those yet. So we flip these Coors Light bars over. We can see Sunshine Mining Company. So pretty neat. I would love to be able to get the 5 and 10 ounce at some point. That's been on my shopping list for quite a while. I do, as I always say, try to find these in the wild, so to speak. So, I haven't gone on to the auction sites and have paid the premiums to be able to stack anything really. I like to find these if I can. The last bar in the 1 ounce category to share is one that was actually gifted to me. So I guess I have 101 ounces of bars I didn't stack. This one here is a very special bar. I've only seen one other time on SBS's channel, actually. Silver bar stacker. And as we flip this one over, you can see this is the 9th annual Hong Kong International Coin Exposition. Recently, the cancel die variety of this was available on eBay. I don't know if it's on there right now. This was gifted to me by Bob, so thank you, Bob, once again. This is a prized possession in my collection, so glad to have it there. Moving on from 1 ounce, let's have a look at some fractional stuff. Here we have a bunch of half ouncers. Anytime I find something fractional like this, I'll pick them up. And these are pretty cool because they're dated. This one's in really good shape. Half ounce. And I don't go out of my way to capsulize these. I find them in capsules. They stay in capsules. There's a couple raw ones right here. Various dates, 89 and 91 there. So I guess a little mini date set, if you will, as I'm trying to collect anything dated from Sunshine. I'm going to show you this dated album in just a minute. But as the last fractional piece to share, there's this little guy. This is my only Sunshine Gold, and it's only a 1/20th, but it's super neat. So let's have a look at this bad boy right here. You can barely see it. Little guy, 20th ounce, but wanted at least something in sunshine gold. So I found this years ago at the local coin shop and picked it up. Glad I did. It's a nice little fractional 20th ounce gold to have along with my sunshine mining collection. And last but not least, let's have a quick look at the album and see where my date set is. I won't spend too much time on this, just a quick review. These are my date set albums here, or album. So I have the date set for Engelhard Prospectors, just the standard production rounds in 1 ounce. Then the two different varieties of the US Assay Office rounds. As we flip over here, I've got all the A-mark dates. And as it is right now, my Sunshine Mining is the only date set not fully collected. I have all the A-marks, I have all the prospectors. But here we start with 1981 for the Sunshine Silver. I thought I had 80. Maybe it's hidden somewhere. I'll have to look. And then we go with 82, 83, 84, 85. No 86 in the book. I do have it in OP. I have not collected 1987, so I have 88, 89, 90, 91. And when you get to the later 90s, it becomes very rare. 1992, and we have 1993 right here, along with the other millennial round I had collected. So very hard to find 93, very rare. The millennial round, not as much, but pretty neat. So I have some more collecting to do. Got to get an 86 and 87 for the album. The earlier dates, so haven't made much progress. I see the same dates over and over again out there, but looking forward to someday being able to collect all the dates and complete this date set. So there you have it. Sorry for the little bit longer of a video. I try to keep these shorter if I can, but there was a lot to go through. I hope you enjoyed checking out my Sunshine Mining collection. Please don't forget to leave me that comment in the comment section, and as always, thank you so much for watching.